Welcome back, everybody. So the footage you're going to watch after this, I've already recorded and done, so this is more of an outro than an intro, but you're going to see this in the beginning. I have added the camera mounts and power system to the left wingtip. The whole point to this is so I can put a pole mount out here on the wing and put my Insta360 camera out there later on when I'm flying. I'm sure you've seen many other content creators that have done the same thing. But I want to be able to power it. And the reason I want to be able to power it is because the Insta line of cameras have a feature where when you turn power on to them, you can set them up to just start recording. So you don't have to use an app or anything else. So all of their action cams will do that. So I'm going to switch over to that. That way I have one switch in the cockpit. I flip it, it turns on my USB outlet out here on the wingtip, as well as the one you saw me install in the vertical stab. What I'm really excited about is I've decided to create an online store. By the time you watch this, hopefully it will be live and ready. I will leave the link to it in the description below. At this store, I'm going to sell USB power kits, because to my surprise, I couldn't find any out there. I had to piece everything together myself, which as aircraft builders, we do a lot of that. But I know people like some convenience of having everything provided in one handy little kit. And I'm pretty happy with what I've put together. So I'll show you real quick and you'll see it again in the video. What you get in this kit, you will get a power supply that is good for, I think it's 9 volts all the way up to 30 volts. So if you got a 12 volt or a 24 volt system, and you'll see this, I tested it, you put that into the red is positive, black is negative on this end. I attach a USB-C cable with this nice sheathing and everything else. That's all attached for you from this kit with me. You also get a, let me show it to you separately. You get a USB bulkhead connector that is IP67, I believe, weatherproof. It has a nice screw-on cap, and this is what lives on my wing. And then it's held on with some nice, I believe, stainless hardware on the other side. This is just a bulkhead connector. It's got USB-C on this side and this side. But that'll keep all the weather out. The only downside to this that I didn't like was it sticks out rather far with that cap. It's a little unsightly, and it probably doesn't do you any favors as far as aerodynamics go. So, in addition to that, I have created a USB fairing that will go around it, and I'll show it to you on the wing here in a second. These are going to be offered in the store separately. If you want to just buy a fairing, you can. I will also have these full kits which come with the fairing, the power supply, the cable already attached, and a fairing. This is what it looks like in there. So you'll get all of that along with a template you can cut out so you've got the whole. These, when I designed these, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there is a flat spot on the hole. That's an anti-rotation feature so that you can clock the connector and you don't have to worry about it spinning on you, which is a good thing. That way it won't come unscrewed. So on my wing, you can see, if I can get the camera to cooperate here, there's what it looks like. Try and leave this in the background. I have my power supply hooked up to the other end of the wing. I've already got this wired up and inside. So this is what it looks like on the wingtip. This is just where I chose to put it because I didn't want to make a hole big enough for this connector in the skin of the aluminum. You easily can. That is now attached there. I will probably get a piece of rubber for my own installation just to put between here and this. Take the cap off, plug in a USB-C cable, and let me grab the camera. Here's the Insta360. We'll pop open the power port, and you should see it. Recognize that it just got plugged in to power. There it is. And now I can turn this thing on. It is on, It does have a battery in it, but even without the battery, you can see it is still powered. And if you can see down there, the power supply is set at 12 volts. The camera is currently drawing 0.3 amps and about 3.5 watts of power. The power supply itself is rated to put out up to 3 amps if need be. Anyhow, happy that all works out. I'm excited to be able to put this together. Other things right now that will be for sale on the website are also going to be the conduit clips for all the conduit runs that are in my plane. Some people have bought these from me already, so I will have them available for you to order in packs of, well, you can order them individually, you can order them in 10 packs, 25 packs, or 50 packs. Surprisingly, they're more labor intensive almost than anything else, but that's just the nature of how hard ASA is to print with. And I chose ASA for the material, for the fairing, as well as for the conduit clips. It has better weather resistance, UV resistance, and heat resistance than ABS does, so it should be a good long-lasting part. These fairings, if you look at them close, they are 3D printed parts, they have layer lines, they have minor imperfections. That's how they're going to come. You can put it on that way, and from, well, even a foot away, they look perfectly fine. If you want to finish them off, you can very easily cover them with some sort of filler, smooth them out, and paint them to match your aircraft. Anyhow, we'll see if there's any interest. It would definitely be awesome to be able to have a little side business going on, doing something that I enjoy doing and helping to support other builders like myself. So if you have any ideas or suggestions, if there's anything else you've seen me make that you would like me to offer in the shop, please let me know. And you know the rest. Like, subscribe, and stick around for what VoiceOver Tim has to say about the rest of the install that already happened. I'll see you on the next one. All right, welcome to the voiceover part. So I can confidently say, between doing the intro that was done after this whole video and me doing the voiceover part for the video now, the website, the storefront on Shopify is now live. So TFlight77, all one word, .com will get you to the storefront if you're interested in any of the stuff that I talked about during the intro. The products are there and listed. If you want to go take a look, go take a look. If you want to make a purchase, make a purchase. And again, if you have comments or suggestions for things that you've seen me do, go ahead and leave them in this video description. At the end of this, you'll see me actually put together kit number 1 and test it. So stick around for that. Right now, I'm drilling that hole in the wingtip. This is the bottom of the left wingtip where I'm putting the camera power, and that's going to be right next to the rear end of the camera mount for the pole mount that's going to go in. So I figure the cable will just snake down that pole and then stick its way over there and into the plug and be good to go. I'm working on a doubler. Since this is just going into the fiberglass, I would probably put a doubler in even if I was going into the aluminum of the wing as well. And unlike anybody who orders the kit, I had to do this without a template, so it was a matter of drilling the hole in the fiberglass and sneaking up on it and filing that flat part to make sure this thing doesn't rotate. And then I used the hole in the fiberglass as a template for that doubler. And just a lot of fine-tuning and tweaking back and forth. And now I'm just going to use Pro Seal to hold it in place. I don't feel there's a need to have to rivet this on. It's not securing anything, it's just acting as a doubler. So smattering of Pro Seal on the doubler, and then I'm using the bulkhead connector just to cinch it down and hold it while the Pro Seal cures. None of that Pro Seal is on the connector. I pulled it out after that was done. So there you go. That's what it looks like without a fairing. It does stick out a little ways. It's probably negligible, but can't leave well enough alone. So now I'm installing the actual power kit on my plane. I chose to use nutserts since I had them. This isn't structural, and it's a good application for these things, I feel like. So I have some 632 nutserts and some 632 screws. Now, if I was smart, I would have done the wiring part that I do for the kits ahead of time before putting this up there. It would have been easier than doing this while it was attached to the wing. But I don't like doing things easy, apparently. So I'm soldering on the USB lead, which the nice thing about that is when I take the wingtips on and off, I just unplug the USB from the backside of the bulkhead connector, and the connector stays with the wingtip. Some braided sleeving for it just to make sure it stays nice and durable and doesn't chafe against anything. Now I need to pull wiring. I am not including any wiring in the kits. It's up to every individual for what they're doing with their system. For me, I chose 20 gauge twisted pair from Steinair. It's TFL aircraft wiring. And that conduit in my wing is all dedicated to just power wiring, so I don't have to worry about it causing any interference or anything like that. And nice straight shot back, and was able to pull it. But you know me, I can't not make a mistake. So there's a mistake coming up. Kind of a dumb one. Getting ready to put the connectors on. Now I also don't provide a connector for the power side of the power supply. Again, this is individual. Some people are using Molex, some people are using Deutsch connectors. I chose to leave that just bare wires so that you can choose how you want to wire this thing in. I am using Molex, and I just went and put that nice big Molex connector on the end of it. If anybody's paying attention, when I ran the wires, I actually didn't run it through the rubber end cap yet. But I'm going to figure it out right there. One shot to see if I can stretch that thing enough to get the plug through it, but yeah, there's no way. So I had to cut the connector off, redo it again. It's just how I like to do things. Some lessons in life you just got to learn the hard way. Anyhow, now it's all good to go. There it is on the wing. That's how it's going to live. Nice and clean install. That thing is aluminum housed, rugged. And here I am testing it. So it is advertised with multiple voltages, even though it only says 12 volts on the case. I tried this that's 12 volts, and we were getting a steady 5.1 coming out of it. And then I went ahead and cranked the voltage up to 24, just in case somebody's running a 24 volt system, and same thing. Never got hot. If it does, again, the aluminum housing should do a good job acting like a heat sink, and it is completely weatherproof. So now I'm just putting together what ultimately will be kit number 1 and is available for sale in the store right now for anybody that's interested. It's the fairing, the bulkhead connector, the power supply, and now I'm just getting ready to add the USB-C lead to the power supply. I've gone ahead and printed up several of those fairings. In fact, that is revision number 5. I've gone through quite a few tweaks and changes of the shape and the size and the design. I feel it should be a fairly good neutral fairing, at least as best as it can be for what it's doing. Heat shrink on everything, more sleeving. And that's pretty much it, along with a template that is 100% to scale. So it'll make making the hole a little bit easier. Here we are, we're going to test it with the camera. And you'll be able to actually see the power supply this time. And it's drawing 0.3 amps or just over 3 watts of power. That power supply is rated to go all the way up to 3 amps, so more than capable of powering the camera out there without any issue at all. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm looking forward to some comments and feedback. If anybody's interested in the store or any products or anything like that. Like I said, I'm excited at the prospect of maybe making a little side money while doing this and helping to support others out there doing the same thing. And stick around, like, subscribe, all that other good stuff. Go check out the podcast. I think we're going to do another one here soon. And that's about it for me. I will see you all on the next one.